I'm seeing Sayaplayer on Chamber, and JonahP, third time ever playing Raze, less than a 1% pick rate on Raze.
Doesn't play it often, and already the action is just kicking off. Just throwing a nade straight into it, along with the stuns. The cacophony of utility just being flying through. I mean, 100 Thieves. Only 2 players now left standing. Derrek and Will. Holding just behind the smoke as it does fade away now. But the Guard have got them contained, including that spike. Look at that critical positioning for it.
This is going to be a very difficult one. Will with the Headhunter, 4 bullets remaining.
Finds one. I mean, it's a fantastic start for them. Now they've converted this one. It's a 2v2. Spike in hand. Bit of room to work with. Still a minute on the clock, of course.
And you said that the Guard had them contained. But unfortunately, Net and Sire are still kind of guessing where they're at. I think they've just heard footsteps, and they'll certainly hear this fault line.
Yeah, the fault line comes through, just holding the angle. That was 1 bullet left in it, and Will is popping off right now. Derrek, though, just a couple of whiffs with the rendezvous in play. Will, he gets out and escapes, but he's left his teammate high and dry now in the 1v1. A quick little reload, but he swings straight into him. The frenzy in hand, short work.
Unexpected timing. People are talking about this team as if they don't have a ton of talent, and it's actually just a good system and stuff like that. 100 Thieves are brimming with talent. This is a stacked roster.
Yeah, for so many individuals that at a moment's notice can just pop off and create those moments to turn it around.
And unfortunately, this is going to be the Guard guessing incorrectly here. A gamble stack over towards B that isn't paying off. And so they're going to be set up into a 5v5 retake with very poor weaponry. Now, for Sayaplayer, these kind of rounds are just about seeing if you can get anything done with a Headhunter, maybe build up towards a tour de force, that kind of thing. It's actually valyn that's closest to ultimate, though.
Sage wall is going to be a nuisance to try and break through.
Get the knives out, boys.
Yeah, start to chip away at the wall, see if you can get any sort of damage done. But when the players on 100 Thieves just containing them, Spectres, nice little stun across. Here we go. It's getting a little bit dangerous as 2 of the players will fall. Sayaplayer will see if he can hit the shot. Not quite. Classic right click in play, and that is a free gun, by the way.
Strategies like that on the bonus. It seems like they're going to make noise towards Dish, but the spike is heading tree here as the Guard, again, for the 3rd time in a row, try something aggressive on the B side of the map.
Yeah, just that heavy pressure towards Arcade, but while all that was going down, you can see Asuna trying to clear through the Dish. Do they expect Sayaplayer to be up here? The angle just being played more and more. He just about gets out with his life. Sayaplayer only 18 health. And I mean, that's risky. Spamming with the Vandal through there. Potential for the counter spam. Players just waiting now for smokes to fade. Orbital strike online. Does Bang want to opt to use it? Satra's coming through now straight onto the site. That was actually being used by the Guard. valyn ends up using it to push them back. Buys a bit of time. The players are low on the side of 100 Thieves, but maybe they can still convert the bonus. Asuna whips out the pistol. His teammates covering it. Will straight from the side. He's going to exchange the weaponry. Ducking into the corner, begging for his life. Only 2 players remaining with the spike down. The Guard realize we have to give this up and save the guns.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, their economy is in shambles, and despite valyn getting his ult online, because of that Arcade aggression, they just couldn't actually get into the site and deny that from happening. Really great mid-round audible call by 100 Thieves to put pressure there onto Sand. Help out their player in halls. Right there. And remember, Bren, that this map, as they go hunting for the Guard players determined to take guns away, remember that this map is not a kind of natural pick. I was expecting a split or a breeze coming through here.
Oh, the stun is caught. How does valyn get that one? They're going to suspect the player coming up the ropes. It's vital that the Guard keep these weapons.
Key spot to begin.
It seems like fundamentals, the fundies, as they're known, you know, just carrying them through 100 Thieves every now and then, winning out the gun duels. And they're going to start to contact up through into the tunnel system. And while all this is going on as well, a bit of poking and prodding happening elsewhere on the map. You can see a bit of aggression from Sayaplayer up in Dish as he is just waiting, but there's 100 Thieves lurking now, and they're leaning with the spike over towards the B side.
JonahP is covering this angle, and he's a good opper. I don't think I've ever watched a match of him actually playing Raze, and certainly not Raze with a Marshal. Here he comes under a ton of pressure, and they're just going to have to play retake. Both of these Vandals were exploring halls throughout this round, so it's another Guard eco where they make a bit of a gamble, try and predict which site 100 Thieves are going to, and end up being incorrect.
Straight up 5v5. As you mentioned, you know, the 2 rifle players just kind of meandering around on the side of the Guard. They are going to be able to take this with a bit of a chance. Dropping down at utility. You can see the orb just blocking the line of sight angle, but bang, okay.
Oh,
I mean, that is...
Oh, no.
It's cheeky. Some call cringe, but there's the ult as well. Just lays it on top of the orbital strike. The satchel pushing all of them this way, that way. Too much utility just to try and push them back. The guard solo now. Just trying to push through, but no, not enough. Once more, another round for them.
Towards Arcade. Unfortunately, I mean, it looks a bit like a bridge crunch here from the guard, but they're not going to play it too aggressively.
Exactly.
And essentially, 100 Thieves are on the other side of the map again. Saya now looking towards tree, though.
Arming up the orbs. The smoke in play, though. This is 100 Thieves actually smoking off main, waiting inside of it, and they're going to pop through now. We have a lot of other utilities. Sayaplayer just watching the angle, did not know that the player was just contacting and walking through to one side of it.
How incredibly close is that angle, though, for Saya to try and play?
That's crazy.
On the very edge, pushing Chamber to the limits, but just couldn't get out there. Ultimates are still decent, though, for the guard in terms of retake ability. They've got the breach ult, but all of them coming from defender's spawn.
Yeah.
I mean, just the post-spawn positioning here is fantastic for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, the reposition by Derrek through main as well. He's able to hold that one down. Rolling Thunder from the guard. They anticipate maybe there are players on the site, but it just, I mean, just wandering straight into it, man. Asuna laying down the nade. Paint Shell's doing so much work. In fact, he earned another one off the back of it, so why not just get 3 kills?
Can he find any impact? So far, the decision-making, it feels like he's new to Chamber.
Yeah, definitely a role that, I mean, this is the first time we've seen it in VCT. The flash, he's off the angle. As well as the ult line, you can see the jump peak. Oh my goodness. Will alternating as well the way he peaks that, just to make sure that he doesn't get pre-fired. Keeping Saya on his toes, but Asuna, well, worked his way through. There's the showstopper, and a player has fallen right underneath him. Sayaplayer rendezvoused back to safety, thought that sand was clear, was not anticipating. So to become flying through, and only the sheriffs in hand. The guard would love to take some guns away.
Sure, but at this point, the 100 Thieves economy is flowing anyway. Yeah. It's the guard. I mean, what are you really doing here? It's just playing for exits. You don't even have great exits to work with, and bang comes around through the door, cleans them up, and that's going to be Asuna with a jump peek as well. Cleaning up
with it.
Yeah, they've got a decent defensive setup here where they're going to Viper's Pit over towards Arcade. They have an Operator looking down towards Halls in the hands of Sayaplayer, who is again going to be the first player taking contact.
So fast. 100 Thieves are not messing around at all. Now, showstopper being used in response. JonahP right up the top. He finds it. Connects onto Asuna, but instantly the trade is dead. Derrek working his way through. Sayaplayer holds down the angle, but 100 Thieves, these guys are relentless.
Powering forwards, they get the Raze online as well. And
goodness.
Stella spamming into that smoke goes 1 for 1.
I'm just straight up, just spamming straight through.
And look at Net's positioning. I mean, he's still inside his Viper's Pit.
Yeah, he's running back now, but
this would be a really difficult 2v3. If valyn gets a pick here, he would have the Brim ult online. Potential for a game-changing play.
Yeah, little peek from Asuna. Quick little shot, enough that Bull gets given the perfect opportunity to just backstab. valyn's like, I mean, $700, man, you just got to save, right? It hurts. But you guys are getting crushed, you just have to.
You won't even be able to die and get that ult online for the next round, so they'll need another piece of, you know, arcade aggression or something like that. It feels like 100 Thieves are reading the ult status and predicting what the guard are going to do. Just hasn't...
Just infinite KD.
Bit of a fault line off the rip here. This is another gamble stack, but this time it looks like it might pay off for the guard.
Yeah. They don't have good guns, but why not matter still? Yeah, you can see the rifle in play. valyn, let's go down. Looks like they want to try and burst potentially through sand. Bit of pre-firing once more going through.
They know there's a stack here, but they're choosing to brute force it.
I mean, they need to be very concerned. Still, are these players just right around the corner? It feels like 100 Thieves, I mean, taking no liberties, are just swinging straight through, finding the pick-off. Sayaplayer still. More players left standing, but now it's just up to Jonah with only the Spectre. 1v2. Tries to isolate that one. Oh my goodness, a better gun. Would have seen a potentially different result, but now perfect. The jiggle of the movement developed.
And it's paying off 100 Thieves in dividends right now. They have put the time and the work into Fracture. Will with another opener.
Oh, it's a bit of a struggle though. He's not able to get out of that one. The aftershock. forces Stellar out into the open.
Look
No
how
one's following
deep Asuna has got off the back of a breach ult that went into sand.
all the way into spawn, but I think they've heard it. Yeah, that was an audible. It was called. He was able to cover for it in the end. The guard need to stop the bleeding somehow in terms of this. Need to get around on the board. valyn holding. Spawn is always going to wait for the tap. Pings. They're aware of the ultimate, it seems. 100 Thieves. Yeah, they're just planning off to the side because they know that they're going to be using the ult in that situation in the corner.
He mishears where that plant is going down, though. Thinks it's tucked into close left. Should have been able to deny the ult there, but just didn't have the right information. Still 4v3, and Sayaplayer sneaking around in this location gives them a very different look on the retake.
And the lurk comes up big. It's the one, the fault line off to the side. He does whiff the shot. Bit of a second guess, sticking it. Some players are running so low there. The molly in play. Now, utility sent out. Derrek, 1v2. Capable of winning these ones. We've seen it. It is planted for him, but no. Trent, known for his clutches. Stage 1 of VCT. Able to win that one as he just holds.
CS, also known for his offing. He's going to go towards Arcade. As Sayaplayer looks down this lane, which he has, or attempts to, got a smoke in his face.
And these deep smokes are so awkward if you're holding that op angle.
They really are.
He's already been called out once in this.
There are so many ways that a player can go through a smoke that's out in the open like that. You can swing straight through the middle, left, right. It makes it very difficult to have good crosshair placement. But that's a great read from JonahP.
Yeah, pretty heads up. Not sure whether he heard a footstep and just knew that they were going to be looking around the tunnel area. But he is a little bit out in the open. He's isolated and, yeah, and capitalizes.
So alone there. Didn't escape after getting that first play. Trent still has an ult that you could potentially use to deny the spike plant if they want to hard commit to this. Saya is not with them, though.
There's still a lot of time. 50 seconds. That is a tap. Just to try and bait out these ultimates, the big ultimates. You can see the positioning of the players of 100 Thieves. Still holding it. Rolling Thunder now going to be committed, but Asuna holding close to that generator. Is he stunned there in the corner? I don't believe so. And this guy, well, he's just going to rip and tear through them. Still, though, the trades, the swings. Sayaplayer. That's that tour de force online. The players are weak, and yeah, he knows exactly where Will is going to be peeking through. Well drilled. Very aware as well of the overall kind of, as you were saying earlier, the ultimates in play and planning the game plans around it. What might come around.
Fault line, just gets them some information there. That's the guard. They see the boom bot. They know that there was an attempt to take dish control. That indicates that there's probably going to be an A split happening. So these defensive players from the guard are now going to clear out halls. Looking to see if they can catch Will or Derrek. Flash comes through, but and flash positioning from Derrek, but Will gets tapped.
That's quite nice for him. Still Derrek. Gets two. Quick little aim resets. Not good for him. That showstopper. What a response. Asuna just does not let Trent get away with that one. Quick reclear. They're able to reclaim it and the resurrect online.
Look how fantastic their on-the-fly calls are from 100 Thieves. And that swing from Stellar as well.
No hesitation.
Just pulls valyn down into a 1v4 that looks essentially unwinnable. That will help, though. Taking out Derrek, who was such a nightmare for them in A-Halls playing that anti-flash location before. But they know where he is now. And this entire round has been based on that info.
And you can see the hesitation. He almost wanted to double back there a little bit, potentially to save coming into the final round of the half. But he realizes they need every single round they can get. Has to go for this. But the positioning of 100 Thieves is so safe. They're not giving them anything. They're just making sure that as soon as contact plays of one of the players, Asuna's capable of swinging.
Yeah, they have Asuna and Stellar able to swing.
Contact, and I mean, if Bang doesn't win that, Asuna's going to win it. He's going to swing out and
over towards B. Seems like a serious theme of their eco round.
Yeah, and again, that committal. The fault line.
Stun, smoke, JonahP gets his orb. They can see that on the minimap, by the way, who is playing there, because they see JonahP, his ult comes online.
Smoke's down.
So that's going to mean an A hit comes through.
Yeah, tons of utility. Rolling Thunder pushes through. That's all the way as well, so no players are going to be able to contest this one. They even walled them off just for good measure.
What a gorgeous use, actually, of Derrek's ultimate. It doesn't really help them get any kills, but it helps them get a free spike plant down. And that was the thing that was going wrong with a couple of these 100 Thieves rounds. Now JonahP responds. Showstopper out. Can he get anything from it?
Yep. The corner, Derrek, no way to escape from that one. And now the players are coming. They're swarming in, but the orbital strike once more. Splits up halls into two. I can't believe it, just pushing straight through it, trying to find the favorable angles. Asuna He just grabs the fourth. His team will feel good enough to give him the ace, but no, Stella denies that still with the reparation.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take a look at what they're up to on the pistol round here. The Guard are going to try and set the tempo with a Raze nade that comes over the top, pushing anybody out from holding that close angle.
Yeah.
That means they don't have that same utility to clear tower, though. And that is currently where Will's residing, doing his best Laz impression with a shorty.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've seen this one before.
I've seen this in my nightmares.
Gonna pull this one out, but has to try and hold it down. He swapped out the weaponry. No, that's just bang with the classic. He's always been there.
Take tower from us if you can.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you need that weaponry or the utility at least. They need something to clear through because trying to swing through with the bodies, it's just not enough.
It really isn't.
He's left alone. He's got the frenzy. He's got the one, and he is healthy. Still holding close here. The fault line pushing him forwards, swinging through. That's a ton of damage, and yeah, well enough to survive. 4 for Bang in the pistol.
One North American Valorant Stage 1 last time around.
Number 1 seed coming into Reykjavik.
Number 1 seed coming into Reykjavik. And obviously the desk have talked about how that was a bit of a disappointing performance, but this is 100 Thieves in their honeymoon period now. The roles are flipped.
Yep. Relatively young roster, all things considered, but built with purpose, and you can just feel the drive, I think. Each of these members, they want that success, but
Great shot from Sayaplayer. That gets them into this round. They're
trying to stop
invested.
They are. Now the swings, the weaponry, and it's online.
If the Guard have any road back into this map, it would be starting here. Stella and Bang, with only Spectres to their name, stunned up.
And trade. Bang swings. Sayaplayer was weak. A little bit of bait there as the spike was tapped. Seeing if they can get a player moving. Bang to see if he can isolate it, but no, he's just repositioning now up to ropes. Does not look winnable for him.
Worth going for this, though.
Take a miracle.
1v3, I mean, your economy is essentially going to reset after this round anyway.
Sure.
Don't particularly want to be saving it. And Bang.
No way. Oh my goodness.
We've seen some good moments from him, but they needed to do. But certainly not an auspicious beginning to the Guard's VCT Stage 2.
Nade is used. Jonah wants to just try and work his way. You can see Aftershock as well to clear through Nest, so nobody was holding close, and they don't have control of it, but the players have repositioned. The Thieves, they're working with the pistols, of course, so see if they can catch a cheeky kill from a player pushing into their positions. Working their way up, making any noise on the ropes. Angle being held up.
Oh, there's Boombot.
Oh yeah. Too late. See you later.
Unfortunate for Stella. Unlucky. The Guard don't look like they're going to be losing anybody this round.
One enemy remaining.
Pretty heavily in control, going to keep a lot of good weaponry heading forwards. Yeah. But at this point, it seems like there's going to be a fault line towards Asuna, who's playing on that arcade. Sorry, towards JonahP.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like a bit of a punish for the Guard. They've been heavily playing towards arcade with the nade to take control of that area, but it's a pivot. They respond in kind. They're going to be taking Dish, clearing that trademark as well. Will is in a interesting angle here. The fault line next across, but it did not actually catch onto him. Let's see if he can reset. The aim just drops off behind it. Asuna follows up. The nade at least doing enough damage as well to clean them through, and kills as well followed through. Trademark gets the knowledge there that somebody was spotted. Net lurks through, and this is incredible patience. Just holding, waiting. I mean, it's always risky when players do just hold out like that, but just trying to buy this time. Now Sayaplayer's left alone, the 1v2.
And he wasn't able to accomplish much with this operator.
I didn't even realize the Spike's position.
The Spike's position is so brutal.
Yeah, that's atrocious. I don't know how you even win this.
I mean, you can get it back. As long as
just kill both of them. just kill both of them.
Yeah. In order to get that, you have to expose yourself to so many angles, but he is actually being given an opportunity here.
That's super safe.
I have the spike.
I didn't think he'd even have to jump up there to get her. I thought it was possible he might just be able to hop himself up.
And they were ready and waiting. Didn't even notice the orbital strike was ready for him. But yeah, I mean, that's an easy cleanup. And unfortunately, that one round that was a buffer for the guard, not available anymore.
No. And the guard invested into that round as well with the op. An op that got nothing done because the guard's strategy was to do a quick hit. You know, fake with the tour de force on both sides actually here. And be staring down towards halls.
Slow and steady for the guard, just holding down Dish, making sure that they can take control of it.
Toxin screen down.
And Sayaplayer is so passive as well, just holding at the very bottom side of the map. Right?
Yeah.
Spawn starting area.
And unfortunately, this has just given 100 Thieves the complete knowledge that halls is free. They just used Will's tour de force to lock down the angle, farmed an orb from Derrek, and here comes the exec.
They're
The
going
guard
so
are in.
quickly here. Showstopper. I mean, he's just holding it. But still this angle. I mean, the patience is being displayed. They don't want to peek into this one. And nothing's really gained. But the rendezvous is destroyed. They put pressure onto Will, and yet the timing is unfortunate for him. Sayaplayer is able to connect onto that one. Player holding the utility, but Asuna responds in kind. 2 kills with a showstopper. Stella's there on top of it. The nade. Net in trouble eating that damage. 2 players alive. 100 Thieves on the verge of taking this first map by Sayaplayer. Oh my goodness! Rattling off the shots, and he finds it in the end. The tour de force, man. The quick recovery.
A passive position he was playing for the vast majority of that round. For him to then come into the late round clutch, a very different look for Saya. But making it work there in round 17.
A familiar approach for the guard. Nade being utilized, just trying to control that arcade. They are concerned though. You can see JonahP, instead of actually just working his way and trying to grab the orb like he's been doing, he was a bit more cautious. He's playing inside tunnel. They've made enough noise that 100 Thieves on the weaker buy are just taking the gamble now. You can see the players are all trending towards that B area. Are they going to walk this spike right into them? Into the gamble stack?
Looks like it.
To the judge in there?
They have good ultimates here, but these are the kind of rounds where you don't want to particularly invest them. Trent, valyn, they're going to want to hold these for a really important gun round later on. And that's why these comebacks... Oh, no, there it goes. Rachel actually committed.
Actually going to be using it there. Respect being shown. Every round matters, but the judge in close quarters, that's where it excels. Still, it's going to be just skipping and hopping right into the Molotov, but running and gunning with the frenzy. Asuna, he bites back. Jonah trying to play inside of it, but they've given him the rifle, and now Peter's going to start to do a bit of work. Still, his teammates backing him up as well. Moments away from claiming this round and claiming this map. The res for them. Maybe I spoke too soon, Saya! 3 kills, but the time is so low. 3 HP. Has to get a plan. He whiffed it. Picked up the gun, not enough time. He tried to interact with the spike, and
Defenders win.
Thrifty win for 100 Thieves. I don't believe